Hello survivors, welcome to another Soulstone survivor video. Today we are going to be playing on the Machinist. He is a really cool little character. Some builds not as strong as others, but today we're going to be using his first weapon, the Soul Core MKV. We're going to run with resonating crystals as well as crystal shards, which are really cool. So conjure rotating crystals around you that fire at enemies, and they deal damage based on the number of stacks. I think this counts as a minion, even though it doesn't have a minion tag. It's kind of weird. It's got a unit per cast, so you can have a maximum of 8. So Divine Legacy should be able to increase that. I don't know. We'll look at that. I haven't really looked at it very far. But yeah, there's that. There's also release a crystal shard that rotates around you that causes damage, applies brittle, and has radiance. We're then going to run flame siphon and high voltage, so burn and weakness. Then also dazed and electrified. We don't really worry about the devastation. We could also run RC resonance for the RC veins and slow. It also bounces between enemies, so we'll probably run those. That's 5 skills already. And then we'll just grab something else to help us apply something else. Maybe chromatic slash for funsies. But yeah, pretty much all of that. Those are lasting skills, so they're quite cool. They're all going to synergize really well. This is also lasting. And that means that for our runes, we're also going to run Weapon Expert, Reroll Mastery, and Material Harvest. Because everything has the lasting tag, it also helps to have Divine Legacy, so that we get some of the same upgrades to all of them. Although Divine Legacy doesn't affect lasting. But they are all, it's okay, some are physical, some are magical, which is a bit of a problem there, but that's fine. And then we also run Advanced Tactics for the brittle, and then Elemental Power to increase all the damage by Electrified, RC Veins, and Radiance, and then also reduce the amount of numbers they need to be triggered, so that's going to be quite cool. We're also going to grab, what was that skill called? The Blast one. It gives us ammunition, and it's just going to be really good at applying brittle. So go the usual. We're going to go for broken. We then might go ARUANAK.
Desert protocol. Shoot first, ask later.
So the first skill is this one over here, where you can see we got 4. Well, now it's a lot more. That's the resonating crystals, so they're rotating around us and they're going to be shooting at the enemies, obviously doing more damage based on how many brittle stacks there are. So we're going to try and scale this as much as possible, but we'll see what happens. Also, our Ascension is really strong. That increases our damage, max health, movement speed, and multicast chance, so it's actually a pretty decent Ascension. It is the crystal on the minimap there, and it does show us a crystal on the actual map as well. Essentially, you just sit on top of where that occurs, and you should be able to get all of the crystals that spawn out of it. You have to pick up 5 of them. As long as you're sitting on top of it, you should be fine. What skills were we looking for? There's our flame siphon. We can add a little bit of everything burning. That's fine. Movement speed's going to be important here. Rapid barrage is what we were looking for. We can increase the damage there. Multicast chance is also really good. And we're going to try and get lasting damage, area of effect, things like that. Multicast chance is just going to help us with overall damage for a lot of the skills, because we're going to have 4 skills that are lasting as a tag. So it should help. Actually more. I forgot that rapid barrage is lasting as well. Cool. Even better. There's high voltage, lasting as well. Frontal. Yeah, actually they're also frontal as well, so it's going to be pretty strong. The everlasting Machinist build is going to rip through. Oh look, we got another one spawn right on top of us. I like when this happens. Hardly have to move. Also, Machinist is really slow, guys, so you do need movement speed on him quite a lot. Now, on a different topic, I am planning on doing some beginner guides in terms of like how to farm prestige and materials efficiently. Doing Titan Hunt is one of the best ways to do it right now, just because they're relatively quick for the rewards that you get from it. And also, it did get buffed in this in the 1.0 release, so that is something really cool to look at, look forward to doing. There we go. Alright, so we got all the skills. We can crit for burn. We don't really need more. I don't know about the skill chains, but we'll go area of effect, magnetics. Damage increase for aura skills is good. I want both of these, but we'll go the movement speed first. We can grab slow there. I'm not worried about that just yet. We'll take a look at those things at a later stage. Over here, I actually want to re-roll the passive. I didn't really like what we got, but it's not like I re-rolled into anything better, so that was a bit unfortunate. Alright, this is our... Okay. Arcane to Ass. Arcane to... I actually want to get rid of these. Let's do that. We can grab multicast. That's actually really good. I'll just grab the one legendary. I don't have a lot of rerolls and stuff right now. I'll save up now. But we do have Rapid Barrage, which is absolutely insane as a delivery system for negative effects. So the fact that we have a chance to cause the brittle from that, it's going to be insanely strong. So a good example of farming materials, back to that, is when you fight the bosses, which you can like kind of aim for. Every time we pick up a major Soulstone, we also get a lot of materials. So if I can... Oh, I can't pick it up because we got the bosses spawning. We'll pick up their one and see. I'll show you. So look at the side there. We do pick up materials. And you're going to notice we pick up like tens of thousands by the end of it. So there you go, like 3,000 of this material. A lot of uncommon and commons. A lot of rare materials as well. But you'll see at the end of the round just how much... and as long as you keep up the boss fights like we are here, here's another 3 boss fights, which means 3 more crystals. That's a whole lot more material. Also, I like this build. I don't have to think about where I'm shooting. Everything just shoots around us. Alright, so there you go. Look at all of that material from a single run. It's amazing. Okay, Relentless, movement speed. That, multicast is good. Cast frequency on things. We'll grab another slow just so we've got them. There. We do need crit as well, so we're going to go with that. Slow to Disarray is actually really good, and I'll show you why. Because now we can go and fight MHYZAHET. No, not MHYZAHET. Yeah, it is MHYZAHET. Is it? No. Okay, I'll put a list of what all the passives are for the Titans are down in the description, but you can also just join my Discord. There is a list on there as well. I haven't updated it to include the corrupted Void Hunters or the Void King, but I will do that. That's thanks to Fadeen as part of the Soulstone's official community. He's put a lot of effort into making sure that we know what all the passives are and how we get them. So thank you, Fadeen, for that. Okay, we're doing ARUANAK. ARUANAK should give us the Disarray to Disoriented. Also, this sucks enemies into it. It's so cool. Bot doesn't work on bosses, but all the other enemies do get, like, as you can see, they land up running towards our character, and that's because of that. And now we've got Shattered Chance. Oh, we must do MHYZAHET so we can get exposed as well as... see, form doesn't work on this because it's not per, like Shattered works because it's on hit. And because we have, like, Rapid Barrage, we hit a lot. Whereas form, it's on skill use, not on hit, so you don't have as much. Exposed is really good as well, especially since we have a skill that deals damage based on how many stacks of something we have on enemies. I think Exposed just helps increase that damage. MHYZAHET also has a weakness to fragility, which we can grab, so that's going to add fragility to the bonus as well. So we'll have Shattered, we're going to have Disoriented. We don't have any poison in the build, but we could have added poison through Chromatic Slash in the beginning of the run, and that would have also given us an increase over there to other things like what's the other thing that we could have got there? If my brain decides to work one day, I'll be able to tell you. Let's go from here. I guess we can go for the multicast over there. That's fantastic. And then multicast over here. Cast frequencies. Area of effect might be very strong, so we're going to grab that. Relentless, armor, cast frequency. And we will have an active very soon, or boss to kill. So MHYZAHET will give us some other, it gives us exposed. That's what I was busy saying. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. And ARUANAK will give us like Dazed to Disoriented. Again, if we had poison, we would be able to get poison. I mean, Disarray to Disoriented. If we had poison from a chromatic slash, we could get Dazed as well. And then you like set up, you know, for life, doing a whack ton of damage.
Treasure detected. Shield up. Start extracting.
Ow. It's okay to take a little bit of damage. It's not the end of the world.
System override in progress. We're doing good. System ready. Titan hunting protocol engage.
And easy fight. Alright, so we got a lot of levels to get on here. Movement speed and cast frequency are all going to be the most important things. Disarray works very well. There's cast frequencies. That. Multicast is good. More critical strike chance because we're not even at 100% yet. Disarrays. There's a nice multicast chance there. And there's Disarray to Disoriented. Fantastic. Let's go. We're going to do the MHYZAHET. Oh yeah, weakness to fragility is also another really good one. Let's see. So MHYZAHET is what we need. That's going to give us exposed on hit as well as... what's the other one? I just mentioned weakness to fragility. I don't know. I think weakness to fragility will be stronger, so we'll go for that first because we're not gonna have it unless we find a loot goblin. Now we're not gonna have the time to, or we're not gonna have the time, I guess, or the space to use both of them. So I could have actually could have changed this over a bit. Maybe if you go MHYZAHET first, then you go ARUANAK, and then you grab the Shattered last. Because I don't know if we need Shattered. We do have a lot of Brittle.
Closer now.
But a very strong build over here.
Fragment acquired. We're on the way. This model's
Alright, so haha, we were lucky enough. Alright, so if you're trying to copy this build, what I would suggest is you do MHYZAHET first, so you can get the weakness to fragility as well as the exposed on hit, and then you go for the Disarray to Disoriented as well as the Shattered. So those will be your 4 bosses. I mean, you could go MHYZAHET second, but you only need 1 ARUANAK and 1 Brokenth, and then you need 2 MHYZAHET. So there are four Titans you can fight. That's the order, at least, so just know you have to do MHYZAHET twice. I was lucky enough to get a Goblin now, so we can still do MHYZAHET twice, and that's going to help us out there. Also, I have 30 levels to use, because there are also going to be a lot of new players watching this, in case you're wondering. In the settings, there is the opportunity to turn off auto leveling, which is what I have. And that's why you can see the queue being 32 over there. That's just the amount of levels I have accumulated. And that just helps me to do things like this, where I can just go through it one at a time, leveling myself up like this. So it's not something that important. You don't have to have the auto leveling up, but I enjoy doing a whole bunch of leveling up, because then when I'm in the middle of a fight, it's not going to interrupt my play. Whereas sometimes it can do that if you aren't, you know, watching it or whatever the case may be. So I enjoy it. It's less interruptions. It only happens like now. Ooh, burn to slow is good. Damage increase also really good there. And yeah, concentrating on rapid barrage in terms of multicast is also, oh my goodness, those bosses just got absolutely wiped. Okay, I did not expect that damage, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just gonna get higher actually, so this is kind of gross. Just going to go for a little bit of defenses. You can see our artifact power as was absolutely brimming there. Oh, also it applies brittle. Oh, and gains radiance. That is disgusting. Actually, try to keep an eye out of the buffs on top of our character. Look out for the radiance one, which is this one over there. It normally says we need 8 stacks of radiance. So I'm curious to know whether or not, we'll see if it goes from 8 to 4. Or not, but if it only needs 8 stacks in total, that's still disgusting. Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, it's literally, radiance does a whack ton of damage. That's, yep. Weakness to fragility, there we go. Disarray to bleed, I don't really want it. Now we're gonna go to quickly, we're just gonna quickly run through this one. And we need to get as much XP as possible. Open up the chest.
Shields up. Start extracting.
A trick that you could do here is, if you get this on your very first level, is you could every single level up try and get a magnetic, and that's just going to give you absolutely a lot more you know, XP from this. But because we're already like such a high level, over 130 already, it doesn't make too much of a difference to us, so we're not really worried about that. I guess we'll go Arcane to Blast, whatever. Damage over there. Multicast on all of these is doing us a fantastic job. We'll also grab the area of effect one there. Grab the Relentless. Movement speed and multicast are going to be, not movement speed, cast frequency. Slow to Disarray, area of effect, and then Disarray is just going to do wonders for any build, because the way that it works is it either deals less damage, but it's like not that much less. The bonus that you get is far higher. So here we go, MHYZAHET again, and we're looking for the exposed on hit.
Desert critical. Shoot first, ask later.
And getting the multicast on the Flame Siphon is actually good, because that's our only source of weakness. So having that up is going to obviously be very strong for the builder as well, because fragility is very, very strong as well. And just look at the, yep, it's bonkers. Yeah, we do damage. Also, you don't have to pick up any of the crystals. They will be auto picked up at the end of the round. However, if you leave like 50 of them on the floor, it could cause your game to crash. So you do want to kind of pick them up every now and then, especially just to make sure that you don't crash. I don't even know what half the effects on my screen are right now, but it's beautiful.
This model's shaping up. That door won't last.
Just so many laser beams everywhere.
Fragment acquired. We're on the way.
Okay, another boss fight. That's good for us, because that's going to give us a lot of resources. Voila.
Override in
Let's go down to the 3 over there, and then we've got the 2 in the left, right corner over there, so that should be 5. And then that means boss fight, and that means exposed on hit. I'm just hoping exposed works the way I think. Exposed is the one debuff in the game that I've never been able to fully understand. Like, to me, it means that heavy hitting skills do even more damage. But that would also mean that things that stack damage, like your brittle and all that, as long as there's a lot of exposed, it should also do a lot of damage. But I don't know how it works, even though there is a... I've got on my Discord, there's a whole calculation that Misa did for us all back in the day when it first came out and we first got exposed. I've never been able to make heads or tails of it, so yeah, it's just how it is. Okay, more Disarray. I want general multicast. Actually, we can go grab both of them. There you go. Relentless, beautiful. Merciless are good. I guess we'll just go for that, whatever. Increase the duration. I don't think we needed the duration, but hey, it's rare.
System ready. Titan hunting protocol engaged.
It also makes the list on the side that much larger, so why not?
Data confirmed. Titan blood.
Alright, there's the exposed on hit. And now we can go and absolutely destroy... okay, I need to make a build that can defeat the Void King, but not in 2 seconds. So I want to make a build. I need to think about it and try it and things like that, because it's going to be difficult to get all of that. You either do so much damage or you do no damage, you know what I mean? So it's a very difficult one to balance.
Beginning termination protocol. Executing final override.
Yeah, even our artifact power is going crazy right now.
Void fragment check. Progress destructive.
It makes me feel like there is a beam build in the works for the Machinist. Play Ray of Fire, Ray of Doom, the Ice Beam. Oh, but Ice Beam doesn't fit it properly. So it would only be those 3. There aren't any, unless there's an electric one now. There should, oh no, that's not for your character though. That's unfortunate. Also, why are we getting one star or 1 void fragment objectives here, game? Right at the end, I need more, not just 1. Like, this boss fight's gonna go down in seconds. If I just stand here, they're gonna get destroyed. Yeah.
More void fragments. Primary mineral located. Begin harvest.
Okay, I don't like this one. It's really... It's time-based. I don't like them being, like, time-based. Sit around, running around, defeating things for 12 seconds. Ooh la la, okay, I actually nearly lost a life there. We got a 2, 3, 4. Let's go do this one here, hoping that we'll get something close to it that's also a 2 or 3.
Alright, we're getting closer now.
Do a 2 over here. And we can just... I'm not even looking at my main thing. I'm just looking to see where I can see the next objective. Also on that, the boss is where? What are you doing up there? Honestly. Alright. Wow, what a good place to have it spawn. I am stuck in a corner. That's okay. That can get people deleted. people would people could disappear for less.
More void fragments.
That piece of building right there is going to end people. It's going to make everyone very unhappy. Okay, now it doesn't really matter what we go for, so we're just going to take the middle. It really doesn't matter. We do so much damage that regardless of what we add onto it, it's not going to make too much difference. If I was going to carry on after the Void King, yes, it would make a difference, but because we ended after him, it really isn't that big of a deal, so easy peasy.
Yours forever.
Yeah. You cause more damage, or we get damage, cost, frequency, and movement speed. I'm going to go with the Veil of... Actually, you know, we can take a look at all of them. So we get max HP, armor, and health regeneration. This one's really good if you're going to keep going into more cycles. The HP regen could be helpful. Cost frequency, that's a massive amount, but I don't think it's that great. Critical damage, that's beautiful, but we would lose block, which is really important. 100 area, it's not that big of a deal. I think for us in this time, the movement speed and the damage modifier is probably the best thing. So for what we're running, that's the best thing. Let's quickly do this. What I would like to see is eventually after we've beaten the Void King like 100 times, we would have the opportunity to just skip the theatrics, like this part of it. So maybe if there was a way to just skip these things. Also like the Titan Hunt's intro phase. I mean, I appreciate all of this and the lore, but after doing it 600 times... I didn't think this fight would take very long. The only thing is this build takes a bit of time to ramp up, and because of all the... Like, look. Everything's gone. Weirdly enough, even though our first skill has a maximum amount of units, I didn't once see a +1 to the skill. Yeah, get wrecked, noob.
Final protocol executed. Experiment complete. I am truly the greatest.
There's actually a viewer that this robot reminds me of, or at least that line does. If you think you know who it is, raise your hand down in the comment section. By the way, in case you can't see where your mouse is, just look where your character's facing. I'm not gonna beg for anything. You're just going to lose. I can even tank. I can't tank anything. Alright, we actually lost a life there. That was surprising. So not as strong as the Samurai, but really, really cool. Cool build.
I was the master of the horrors you feared. Without me, the hunger spreads violently. Unchained, the nightmare is endless. The king falls apart.
And then if you wanted to go further, every time you cast any skill, you gain vigor. Whenever you cast a skill of the type physical, you have a chance of casting another one. That is cool. I have not seen that. That is a really cool one. So what it means is every time we cast one of these skills, which are physical, there's a chance we'll cast the other skills. There's a 20% chance. So it's like skill chain, pretty much. All of your attacks may now apply Disoriented. That is huge as well. Every time you cast a skill, you have a chance to gain Swiftness. Swiftness increases the cast frequency by 2%, so that's also insanely strong. Critical hits may now apply wounded, which is also insanely strong. We gain fragility on hit whenever you cast magical, so those are the same. I'm just looking at what these are, but they actually really disgustingly OP. So some really cool things there. It doesn't really matter what we take because that is the end of it. But let me know what you guys think about the Machinist and who is your favorite character right now. Resonating Crystal absolutely dominating in damage over there. We never found a +1 to max unit cast. I will have to play a Divine Legacy build and see if we can get that number up and see if it does allow it. If it does, that could become even stronger. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.